What's up, everybody? My name is Brody Olson. I am the logistics manager here with 2 men and a truck.
I'm Snider. I am the Robin, the Batman, working logistics as well.
For sure, for sure. So, CJ, how long have you been at 2 Men in a Truck?
I say roughly about 3.5 years or so.
3.5 years.
Up on 3.5 years. 2.5 of which I spent on the trucks, and then almost a year in management.
Nice, good deal. I've been here for 7.5 years. Done quite a few different things. What was that?
Old man.
Old man, I guess. We're the same age though. So, but yeah, I've been here for 7.5 years. I've done obviously moving. Some people will tell you that it was for like 5 days. It was 10 months. Went into some dispatching, done some claims work, and kind of back into dispatch and logistics now with this guy over here. So it's been a fun 7.5 years.
I don't have that plethora of expertise, but
you will soon.
I'm working on it.
You will soon, young one.
Yes. So, being here for that stint of time, what do you think is your most favorite part about being here?
There's a lot of different things that I could say to this, but honestly, just generally speaking, I think that every day presents a new set of challenges, especially in the logistics world. Not one day is the same as the other. So kind of the variation is obviously there. So you never know what to expect. And then I would also say that, we obviously spend so much time together, not just me and you, but everybody here, management together with the front line and everyone. So I think it's important that you like each other. And I think that it's a good place to work at, good people to work with. I spend just as much time with everybody here as I do my own family. So if I didn't like you, then I wouldn't want to work here. So for sure. And absolutely. What's your favorite thing about working here, CJ?
Mine's kind of similar to what you were saying. I think the biggest thing, that we take for granted is that, the amount of time, like you were saying, that we spend at work. We spend on average a third of our livelihoods given to the workforce. And with that being said, you kind of want to be in an environment that you're respected, vice versa, giving mutual respect to others, and also, being able to do the job at a high level. Also, as well as that, just, being comfortable with the people that you work with and having a good time doing it.
For sure. You got to have fun.
Yeah.
Got to have fun. Let's see here. So we both obviously have come from the mover driver position. What did you learn in the mover/driver position that was beneficial to you as you've transitioned into operational management?
I think seeing a wide range of different moves, in the sense of, dealing with different customers, seeing, different aspects of moving, whether that's long jobs, long hauls, LTL, storage, seeing a variety of different, avenues of moving, I think has been, the biggest key point to, me being an efficient dispatcher. Just in the sense of, guys calling in, having issues on the job, and me being someone who was once in that position can kind of relate to them and give them the best knowledge that I can.
For sure.
At a high level.
For sure. I would say something similar, with the experience, everybody in operations has come from the trucks. We've at least have all gotten our fair share of, some crazy stories we could tell. We've all been in some tough jobs. We've all been in some tough positions. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned is when I'm managing a crew in a tough position with a tough customer, whatever the case may be, I think it's important that we put ourselves in their shoes.
For sure.
And kind of think about what are some things that I would like to happen in this situation, just so I can kind of empathize with them and truly see and feel what they're going through. And I think that helps us make pretty good decisions as well operationally. So
yeah, for sure. You definitely have to be one to know one, in the sense of like you have to be able to operate in the likeliness of what they're doing, what they're experiencing.
For sure. Enough with the seriousness. You got can we cut loose with one of these questions over here? Why don't you ask one of your secret questions?
One of my secret questions?
Yeah.
It's not a secret question because we both have the same questions on here.
You just said you had an extra question on yours.
Okay.
What's your extra question?
So if you were stranded in space, what is one thing that you'd want to have before it was your time to
stranded in space?
Yes. But there's one thing that you like to have if you're stranded in space.
Oxygen. I want to make sure I got enough extra oxygen tanks.
Well, for me, I mean, if you're stranded in space, I would say that you're probably not going to make it back to Earth.
Yeah.
But that being was me on the other end of that. I think I would just want 6 Krispy Kreme glazed donuts fresh off the press with a nice 20-ounce Pepsi.
Oh, so this isn't like a what I actually need. This is like I'm accepting my fate.
Yeah.
I'm dying soon. Yeah. Okay, I got you. That is true, because if I had oxygen, then I would just live. But what's the point of living if you're stuck in space? So I want to live my last minutes with something that I truly want. Man, that's a tough one. That's actually not so tough at all. What do you think I'm thinking? So if I am ultimately going to die in space, I've accepted my fate. I would 100,000% want like a large pepperoni pizza from the Pizza House or Sperano's. Pasquale's is pretty good. Josie's is good. Giuseppe's is good. I'm a pizza connoisseur, so I got like 24 things on my list.
You only can choose one.
Yeah, okay, well, so the number one, I would, gun to my head, I would probably say I want a large pepperoni pizza from the Pizza House. From the Pizza House, yeah. So if that's my farewell meal, my last meal, my last supper. Yeah, I'm definitely taking that. So
I'm taking 6 glazed donuts and a Pepsi.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'd rather have oxygen if I could get back to Earth, but if we're dying, it's pizza. So yeah. Good question. I like it.
No, it's your turn.
All right. So
what
is your favorite thing about me?
Favorite thing? You want the professional answer or you want the personal answer?
Both.
Professionally, I would say the ability to be poised. I think to have an abundance of knowledge and wisdom when it comes to doing, the job that you do or that we do, being able to stay poised or level-headed in the sense of, taking on the mental strain of the guys out in the field, and then internally being able to dish that accordingly.
Make me cry.
I think that's probably the biggest thing in a professional sense.
Okay.
Personally, though, I would say, I think a lot of who you are stems back from, conversations that we had of like our childhood and how we're raised, things that we've experienced in our past, and been able to overcome. I think you've been able to kind of mold your life based on what you had an experience growing up, and it's also allowed you to kind of do the job at a high level based on what you've experienced.
Both of those were professional statements.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
All right, so what's not so professional thing?
Professional. What's my the fact that we can gel, whether that's work related things or things outside of work. We have similar interests in different things, whether that's going fishing.
Gone fishing.
I would say they're both professional, but I think they're both personal.
For sure. I'll take you off the spotlight now. Do you want to know what I like about you?
What's up?
All right. So professional and personal, whatever you want to call it. Professionally, I think that you are always listening. You are trying to soak in as much knowledge as possible. My goal is to try and share my wealth of knowledge that I've learned over the last 7.5 years, and try to not let that take 7.5 years for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see you make the same mistakes that I've had to learn the hard way to gain the knowledge that I now have. Mm-hmm. So you're a really good listener. You really take all that information to heart. And I think that you take that and you run with it and you apply it immediately. So I think that you're really good at that. And I think that we're a solid duo. So
for sure.
Not so professional.
Why did I have like a pause, like you're about to say something real crazy?
Oh man. No, I think this is legit. Outside of this place, I think it takes a lot of energy and focus and motivation to do the things that you want to do outside of this place and achieve the goals that you want to do outside of this place. And I envy you so much for this, because I don't have the motivation that you have, but
What sense?
Even when you were moving furniture or, obviously dispatching now, uh, you are in the gym so much, whether that's, on your closing shift, you're supposed to be here at 11 o'clock. You're up at 5:30 in the morning and you're going to the gym. Maybe that didn't work, but you're off here at 5 o'clock. You're going to the gym. Like, you have these goals outside of this place. And I mean, if I look at you, I could tell that you're accomplishing those goals. You look like you could probably bench at least like 225. So,
I could double that.
but no, I envy you for that, because it takes a lot of motivation and energy to be able to do the things that you want to do outside of this place. So, for sure.
Definitely appreciate that.
For sure.
Well, maybe too.
All right. We probably have enough time for one more question? What number do you want to pick here?
Okay. What is one piece of advice that you would give to anyone who is just starting here?
What number is that?
Number 7.
Piece of advice.
Number 7.
Oh, okay. I had to look for
number 7
because I came prepared and I have the answer for this. I just was looking for my answer. So, what is one piece of advice I would give to someone just starting at 2 Men in a Truck?
Yes, sir.
I would have to say this job can be extremely, extremely rewarding, both from a physical standpoint. You can go home and you feel good about yourself. You get stronger. Your endurance comes up. You get healthier. You're in shape. But also financially, and working towards your future. You learn so much at 2 Men in a Truck that not many people can do it just at a different job. The amount of customer service that you're experiencing. Like I said, the strength that you're building, the resume that you're building. So I think that it can be extremely rewarding, but it's not cheap. You have to work for it. You have to earn it. You cannot come in here and expect to get a handout and accomplish all these things that everybody in this building will talk about that you can't accomplish. You have to go out there every single day and you have to grind for it. Similarly to what I was talking about with your motivation outside of this place, it's very difficult to do, but you can make a lot of positive strides working here as long as you work and earn that. So
yeah, he's talking about you can't have that microwavable success.
That's a good way to put it.
Things do take time. If I was offering up advice, I think the biggest thing is that I think a lot of people they tend to have their personal lives bleed into work, in the sense that everybody some guys' lives are chaotic. As well as mine can be sometimes. But being able to kind of, wield your life in a way to where it's not, chaotic to the point where it's affecting work. So if I was offering up a piece of advice, it just basically try to find peace and happiness at home, in the sense that, you can make your work environment that much better.
For sure. I always tell guys, we all got baggage. Don't bring it to work with you. Leave your bag outside the door. And don't let your outside life affect your work life, and vice versa. Drop your work bag at the door, pick up your life bag on the way out. Keep those things separate and see clearly. So,
sure. Yes, shoot.
All right.
You got a question?
Yeah. So the last question here, we were asked, who do we want to nominate to do the next podcast? And it's a requirement. It's not a nomination. It is a requirement. So
you know who it's going to be?
Who's it going to be?
It's going to be Perry and Ezekiel.
Perry and Ezekiel. You're next. All right. Thank you.